The iPhone 5C has been known for being a strange entry into the iPhone lineup. It wasn't really a budget phone, but it wasn't a premium phone either, and so it got overlooked by a lot of people. I've done a fair few videos on this now, so I won't get too much into it. That said, an interesting part of the iPhone 5C was its accessories. Apple was really trying to sell to a specific market with their ads, and a big part of it was the iPhone 5C cases. Hey, how's it going? I'm Josh from 91 Tech, and today we're going to be taking a look at the worst iPhone case ever. Now, if you've seen or used or owned an Apple case, you'll know that they are typically very premium and look really good. For example, this is a red leather case that is sold directly from Apple on my iPhone 10. It looks really good, and I absolutely love it. And if you look through the Apple Store, you'll also find a silicone case, a folio case, and so on, and they all are pretty much equally great. And Apple typically follows a pattern with their cases without too much deviation, as in every new device has a similar looking case. But this wasn't the case for the iPhone 5C. Pun intended, I'm sorry. Apple sold this case here with the iPhone 5C, and in my opinion, it's probably one of the worst iPhone cases ever just because of how weird it is. I mean, just look at it. Now, some background here before one or two people who actually like this case get mad at me. I actually used this case for a very long time. When I owned the 5C as my daily driver back in the day, I actually used this exact case. Well, not quite. It looked exactly the same, but I actually bought this off of eBay fairly recently for like $10. And it was brand new too, so pretty good deal. The case did me well, but I do remember it tearing after about 8 months. I think around the lightning port. I don't have any pictures or anything of it, so I can't confirm that. I just remember that I did eventually have some issues with it. But regardless, the fact is that Apple doesn't really make cheap products, and this case is no exception for the most part. It feels really good. It has a very nice microfiber inside to keep your phone from scratching, and then silicone around the back of it. It feels fine, I suppose, you know, in the hand. It's quite grippy. It will collect dust and stuff being a silicone case. I'm not huge on silicone cases for that reason, but that's just a personal preference. But there are a few holes in the design, and I am really on fire today. We literally have a 5x7 grid of holes to let the 5C's colorful backing stand out and contrast the case itself. It's not an awful idea in theory, I would argue, but practically speaking, it doesn't make sense. Not only are you going to get excess dirt and crap in the holes that you're generally trying to avoid by using a case in the first place, it just looks weird. But hey, to each their own. I kind of feel the thought put into this device is basically non-existent. Get it? Non? Because when you use this case, you no longer have an iPhone, but a non-phone. Yeah, I'm really sorry to all of you. I had no idea why I'm trying to make puns. I really need to stop writing my scripts at 2 a.m. Anyways, the point stands. The cutoff text looks really strange, and you kind of have to wonder why Apple didn't do something that would have avoided that. It's just really off-putting and don't like it at all. Also, when you put on the case, it raises the Apple logo to be centered between the top of the case and the holes. And again, it just looks weird. Look at the case versus the phone. Having the Apple logo that high just feels really unnatural, and it's been bugging me ever since I put on this case. Everything about this phone case is just a bit off, but again, if you like the look, I suppose that's great. And people did. It was a relatively popular case back in 2013 and 2014, and if you wanted one back in 2013, you'd have to shell out $29 to actually get one. This seems pricey to me for a silicone case that's missing half of it due to intentional holes, but it's Apple, and so of course people were willing to pay it. And again, the case was relatively successful. I mean, the 5C itself wasn't much of a success, but the case was certainly relatively popular among 5C buyers. Overall, this is probably the strangest and worst iPhone case in history. It wasn't the most durable. It's a very strange design that doesn't appeal to most people, and it's kind of fitting that it goes with the strangest iPhone Apple has ever made, being the 5C. I know I haven't said much in this video, but I just kind of wanted to quickly show this case off because of how different it is than anything Apple sells today. I'd like to think that Apple's kind of learned their mistake and has decided, you know, we are a premium company, so we should make premium looking things, because frankly, this case doesn't look particularly premium. But that's about all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, maybe hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content just like this. You can always stalk me over on Twitter and Instagram, direct links below. And with that all being said, I'm Josh from 91 Tech, and I will see you all next time.